can't believe all these shows are just ending all at once. It's kind of crazy.
Nigga, they been rolling. We just been MIA.
Yeah, well, Power didn't. Power stopped for us.
Yeah, Power did take a break for us. We appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? When the guys go on break, you should just stop the show.
I agree.
For a minute.
I agree.
You know?
But they did. The episode leaked and 50 got mad about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I was on 1, 2, 3 while we was moving. We might have watched it.
Yeah. No, and then he got mad, and I guess they're not going to have another show for 6 months.
6 months, man. What do y'all be doing? It's like it seriously feels like they're shooting one at a time, which is surprising to me.
But I saw them shooting Raising Kanan when Power Book 2 was still going.
So then they're not shooting one at a time, then.
They're shooting while other shows are being put out. And I know they've been shooting BMF season 2 as well.
That can't be the case if they don't have another one queued up to go for another 6 months. You wouldn't take that break if it was ready to go.
Well, according to 50, they're not making the deals behind them. So I don't know. I don't know what the truth is. I don't know what the truth is.
Fucking Power Universe.
Yeah.
Well, on the positive note, let's talk about the episode, I guess.
All right. Power Book 4 Force, Episode 9, Trust. Opening scene. Basically, it's a little bit of a flashback to Gloria getting capped, and now Vic is in the hospital. Vic is suggesting that they go after the Serbs with everything they got. Walter Flynn suggests to Vic that Tommy is behind the shit with the Serbs, which is fucking dumb. Considering that Tommy tried to help Vic. However, somehow Walter still convinces Vic.
Walter is a snake. Walter is a fucking snake. The only thing that don't make sense to me is that if he was going to go fuck around and put the hit out on Gloria and use the Serb, why then tell Paulie like, oh yeah, well, so he can have some deniability. That's what it was for.
Sure.
So he can have some deniability. So his closest confidant can be like, hey, look, I know he was thinking about it, but he called it off as the last minute. He told me himself. But then what would stop him from going and finding like one random motherfucker like he found and be like, hey, look, here go 25,000, man. Just. But don't hit my son, though.
Right.
Don't hit my fucking son. You hit my son, I'm going to kill you and your whole fucking family.
Especially
make sure she get up out of here.
Especially considering he hated Gloria. Hated her.
Like, he very, very clearly was ready to ice her out when he was talking to Tommy.
Yeah. Yep.
Very clearly. Like, it wasn't no miscommunications, nothing.
Right.
Nothing. And for one rogue Serbian to go after the biggest Irish family in Chicago's son, like on his own.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. That makes sense, huh, Vic?
Especially since Vic knows
that makes sense
that Tommy has beef with the Serbs as well.
Tommy told you to leave town, take the back streets, take this unmarked car, and get Gloria the fuck out here. That's what he told you. That's what he told you. That's what he gave you. That's literally what you told Claudia. Take the car. It's unmarked. Take the cash. Take the back streets until you get out of Chicago. How the fuck does that turn into it was Tommy? You did everything he told you not to, and you still got hit. It's Tommy.
You didn't even take the car that Tommy gave you. You took your own car.
Fam.
That leans way more over to Walter.
That means whoever was fucking looking for you found the car that they wasn't really supposed to, but you was hard-headed and you did your own thing. Sorry, y'all didn't eat breakfast this morning.
D-Mac's job is counting the money. Tommy eventually tries to tell D-Mac that he's got time to get out of the streets.
How about tell him that before you recruit him to work in your business? Like, before you got this nigga counting millions in illegal cash, how about tell him, hey, maybe you can do something else with your life. Something else. Anything else.
You know he's so good at math. Like,
especially because you know that's your family, that's your nephew, nephew that you let do some drug shit with you.
Well, it's the family business.
Ended up killing your best friend, your brother.
Yeah.
Ended up killing his own father.
Yep.
How about we try to get D-Mac up out of here way earlier, please? Please.
Yikes. Chocolate Rain is still grieving over his grandma and ends up telling his dad that he called Kate. He then states that he wants to do whatever he can to be in D-Mac's life. Any thoughts on that at all?
Fam, how about open your eyes See your fucking son.
Shooting your club.
Bruh, what's happening? I want to do anything I can to get right with my son. Get out from front of my club, you fucking hoodlum. Like I said, I love my son.
To play devil's advocate, he doesn't know that's his son.
Yeah, but like, it is something very telling that like, we like to think that damn, why is his name escaping me? Tommy's
JP.
brother. JP. We like to think that JP has made a maturation as a man, right? And he's different. And that's what he's trying to represent. But then on the backside, right, he's judgmental to this young man. And I get it. Right? Like he's fucking up your shit. He's costing you money.
A lot of money.
At the same time, what were you doing when he was your age? When you were his age, excuse me.
Apparently he was in the game.
What the hell was you doing?
According to him, he was in the game.
Nothing no better. Wouldn't it have been better if somebody would have taken a chance and had some compassion with you? And don't you think that if he would have done that, he would have gotten to the fact that was his son a lot quicker?
A lot quicker, yes. For sure.
That's the irony of it. You're so focused on getting your son back and not focused on fixing yourself so that when you ever find your son, you'll be a better man for it.
Yep.
But you still hanging on to, blind anger and hate. You know what I'm saying? And so now that's going to make it even harder for you to ingratiate with your son now. Traumatic experiences pull people together, so they'll definitely have one now. But even still, the irony of the whole situation is it's very funny.
I would agree. Claude is handling some business on the north side, but then she decides to get hot and heavy with her employee. That is until Walter calls about Vic being shot.
Get out. I said fucking get out. Nah. Yeah, man. Scramble the jets. Vic is down. Looking sad.
Yeah.
Why you don't listen, man? Why you don't listen? He tried to tell you.
Yeah.
Tried to tell you, bro. Literally tried to tell you. Poor Glow. Yeah. Poor Glow.
Walter tells Claude that he needs her to keep the appearance that they're all together as a family, despite the fact that she clearly doesn't believe that Walter wasn't behind the hit on Gloria.
She don't believe it until she sees some sort of confirmation bias,
Mm-hmm.
That's it, and then that's all she needed. Like, I knew she was playing fake. I knew the minute that she seen anything that looked suspicious with Tommy, she would throw her reason out the window. I knew it.
Well, yeah.
I knew it because what she ended up seeing does nothing for what she said initially. Why the fuck would he do this? Why? He's not petty. He doesn't waste time on small grudges. He hasn't done that since he's been here. But now all of a sudden when it's you, he's willing to risk it all on some haphazard hit that didn't even go through. They end up hitting Gloria.
Yeah.
Using people that were just trying to kill him.
Yep. None of it makes sense.
If he wanted you dead, you'd have been dead. And you know that. You know that shit. You know it. Stop letting Walter see these seeds of dissent. It's all too convenient now that y'all right in lock and step doing everything he fucking wants. Everything. Without question. How? All of a sudden.
Another thing that kind of toes the line with that is the fact that Walter said he's setting up a war room and now he wants to include Claude on that side of the business, which goes hand in hand with, her flipping sides all of a sudden when she sees what she sees later on in the episode. So of course she's willing to kind of.
He's cashing in his chips, man. He knew what his kids wanted all this time, and now he's finally pressing the button so that he can get what he wants, which is to get Tommy the fuck up out of here.
Which is nuts, considering some things kind of played a hand in the luck of what kind of.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it was luck or not. Like, if all of this is just dumb coincidence and Walter is just trying to play off of it, that feels weak to me. That feels weak. What makes sense to me is that at the last minute, Walter had the wherewithal to give himself some insurance, which is Paulie. So ultimately, if this does come crumbling down and it leads back to him, he can be like, hey, listen, if anybody would know that I did this, Paulie would know. How would I have gotten all this shit done if not without him?
I agree. I think the luck part of it comes in not with what happened, the hit itself, but with some of the things that we see later on in the episode.
Okay.
Because very apparently he was trying to manipulate the situation at first.
Yeah, for sure.
But things sort of kind of played in his favor.
I mean, Paulie even said to him at one point, like, "Hey, you look." Well, you'll get to it.
Yeah. In a conversation with Paulie, Walter mentions that he's going to put the call in to the Four Horsemen. Any thoughts on these gentlemen?
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, I think it's very funny that they're not calling the Irish mob by their name. That is hilarious for them. Like that's nuts. But anyways, I digress. No, things are getting serious. But it's like that is not a call that you make overnight. I feel like there's a lot of infrastructure here for something that just happened out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yep.
This is very sudden. Like, damn, my son got shot 8 hours ago, and the Irish shitters are on their way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sure. Paulie says to Walter in that conversation that you look very spry for someone's son that just got shot.
Yeah.
Like you look very energetic.
Well, of course he does. He's getting his family back together.
Yeah, but
which is, I mean, in dire situations, like you can't be super happy that you're getting your family back considering the circumstances. But Walter doesn't give a fuck. He knows that he wasn't behind any of that shit. He's manipulating this whole situation now so that he can get his family back together. But Paulie doesn't. Paulie's not aware of that.
Okay,
Paulie's not aware of that.
Yeah.
So
it seems like things are moving very fast in the midst of what is supposed to be probably the most chaotic point of your life, when your son's life was almost lost.
Well, things are literally moving fast.
I know I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't be able to think, let alone set up everything, set up a war room over here, bring Claude in, bring Vic in, get the Irish hitters on their way. Boom, 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 boom. Like, ain't no way.
Things are literally moving fast so that we can get to the season finale.
Okay.
That's the reason why.
I hope. Well, actually, I hope not. Like, I'm tired of getting led in a certain direction just because niggas are lazy with this. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what's happening.
I am getting tired of that shit.
Yeah, we're not developing for next season.
Like,
we
God
want
damn.
all the big
Let's
shit to
go
happen
back
in the
to
season finale.
10th grade English AP. Here are context clues. This is called foreshadowing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, to be honest, we shouldn't be seeing the Four Horsemen until season 2, probably.
Well, I mean,
I would think if it was, a little bit better
writing.
writing.
That they write these shows in a way that they give themselves options. So they probably had an option to either drag out or to push the action at this point. Where they saw that they were at in the season, how audience were gauging, how views were going, they probably felt like it was necessary to push the gas, move us ahead a little bit. So I agree. It does feel like, even with the whole the arc, like the last 3 episodes of Gloria, we may have heard her talk for 5 minutes.
Yep.
So it felt kind of sudden and incomplete when it happened. And I think that's a result of, like, hey, we need to put the pedal down a little bit because it's not looking too good on the money side. So
you know what that leads to, though? It leads to situations like Mecca showing up in season 2 out of nowhere because you've got nowhere to go.
Only to get fucking iced by fucking 38.
You got nowhere to go, so now you have to create
apartment.
a new problem out of nowhere.
Hey, man.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, that's true.
Chocolate Rain is still supposedly calling Kate to no avail. She is not answering her phone whatsoever.
Boy, if you don't quit getting left on red, block that number and stop. Cut it out.
Yeah.
Cut it the fuck out.
And for good reason, Tommy's pissed that he is calling her. D-Mac's homeboy came back to apologize about leaving him out because CBI did him dirty and left him hanging. Because D-Mac is a real nigga, he has a plan for his homeboy that includes hollering at Freddie Gibbs.
I'm like, no, let me pistol whip you. Come here. Come here. Nigga.
He didn't even take the punch.
He didn't even take the punch. He a real one. He is.
He is.
I'd have told homeboy, hey, we good, but kick rocks.
Yeah.
Because I ain't never, ever about to be out with no nigga.
That just leaves me hanging that crazy.
Hey, look, fam. All right, we good. Appreciate it, fam. Keep it pushing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Keep it pushing.
You can forgive him, but
yeah,
I ain't doing no more business with you.
Nah. Business? Break bread? Nada. No mas. No mas.
No, not at all. Seamus Bennigan's blackmailer is asking for more bread, which is, again, absolutely wild that he doesn't think he's going to get capped. At some point.
Who we talking about?
The blackmailer of Seamus Bennigan.
No, he's not, because Seamus is a lab ass nigga. He's lame as hell. Local ass bitch. He's weak.
Sure.
He's weak. Because me and you thought that, right? I thought that last week. The last time we talked about power, I thought that. And Seamus clearly is like, all right, let me find some niggas to knock over real fast. Hey. You got my sister hooked on drugs. Like, fam, what?
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Buddy found you out, asked for $50,000. Mm-hmm. Now he's shaking you down for double out of nowhere for no reason.
And demands it next Friday.
God, I need some black people to oppress. Diamond, you got my sister hooked on drugs. Hey, fam, he don't even know your sister, bro. He don't even know your sister.
Yeah.
Rather than finding a home for one of them slugs in your Glock, you would rather go knock off Diamond because your sister's a junkie.
And Diamond was so cool about it. He gave you an extra $50,000.
Hey, boy, no, he's trying to buy himself a cop, which is smart. Sure. But Seamus so lost, boy. That boy, hey man, y'all.
Well, here's the thing.
Woo!
I don't think Seamus Bennigan's going to cap, bro.
Seamus is a boogaloo boy.
If this keeps going, I don't think Seamus is going to be the one to kill, bro. I think if need be, Vic is probably going to be the one to kill the blackmailer.
Nah, I think Vic got too much going on to realize that his cop is getting undercut. So,
as of right now, yes.
So that's an opportunity for Diamond. But then again, Diamond got his own shit going on. He needs to take care of expeditiously.
Yeah,
expeditiously.
We'll get to that in a second. First words out of Lil Bro's mouth are about Tommy, of course. He does much better as a country nigga in Snowfall. Just throwing that out there.
Hey, listen. First of all, I am sick and tired of Power and these physical deformities. I'm tired of y'all because my nigga's ear in Snowfall is perfect. And they got my shit in Power keloid up like it's something. Hey, look.
Absolutely no reason.
I don't know what y'all got going on over there, or why we doing this. But I needed to stop now. I needed to stop. That shit is not cool. I know I'm laughing about it because it is a little comical, but in seriousness though, like it doesn't serve a purpose. So now it just kind of seems like
it didn't serve a purpose with Freddie Gibbs, but at least they mentioned it. Nobody makes any mention of
I'm like, bro, what happened?
So there's really no reason for it.
What happened? That's cauliflower. Like you used to wrestle or something. What happened? What is that?
I would think box.
I mean, wrestling is another way that can happen.
Sure.
Boxing, obviously.
But since him and Diamond,
but like, bro, you a civilian. You know what I mean? We see what you do on the regular, so I don't think a few years of wrestling and not washing your ear out or washing your hair is going. You know what I'm saying?
But there's just no reason for it whatsoever.
Or maybe they edited it out in Snowfall. Maybe we mad at the wrong people. Why you don't let him have his natural?
I am almost certain that is not his real ear. So,
like, why? Yeah,
nobody's ever mentioned it.
Like, yeah, the biggest baddest dude from Gary got his eye hanging all the way over here for no damn reason.
At least they made a joke about that. At least they mentioned that. But how could you not?
But the Elephant Man over here is like, damn, what is going on? Why?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Not really sure why this nigga thought it was a good idea to have a discussion about overthrowing Diamond in a place that Diamond has such easy access to come and go as he pleases.
Because that boy loose, he lax as fuck. He's lax as hell.
Slow.
Because he's lax as hell. And this whole thing about losing Elijah and that shit with the Sirs, man, y'all signed up for that shit. Y'all got paid.
Yeah.
Y'all got paid. Not to mention your boy Elijah was over here singing Birds, Ivory.
Yeah. Yep.
Had a whole joint set up for you. You was gonna read about it in the fucking paper with your lax ass.
Yep. You didn't know nothing about it.
But you know what? It figures that it would play out like that though. It figures that it would play out exactly like that. You lose your cool. You too zealous. You loose. You over here talking about shit that you shouldn't be talking about, places that you shouldn't be talking about it, man. It figures. That's why Diamond is a better leader than you.
1,000%.
That's why he's a better leader than you. He moves in silence. He doesn't let everyone know about his envies and his jealousies and his ambitions.
Yep.
You too plain. You too bold. You talk too much. You too loud. You too loud. Even the young boys know how to clock you. That's why they took your move.
1,000%. Claude tells Tommy about everything going on with the Flynns and Gloria. At this point, I think she played coy to see if Tommy really knew about what happened, and with his reaction to Glow, I think at that point, she knew he didn't do it, or she had assumed he didn't do it.
No, she knew, because her reason kicked in and said none of this shit adds up. Mm-hmm. And it makes a lot more sense for this shit to be my dad. But then all of a sudden, you put on that little heartstring right there. You put it on it. You put it on a little bit. You say, "Oh, Daddy, I'm sorry. I want to come back. I only care about you and the family."
Yeah. I mean, Tommy very clearly reacted how a person would, considering he didn't know anything about what happened with Gloria.
And nigga almost cried when he said Gloria was dead.
And he was clearly somewhat attached to Gloria.
He was about to boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Like, why? Tommy is the only reason you have any of this.
Yep.
He's practical. He's pragmatic. At least at this point in this show he's been.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't given you no reason to believe that he would do something emotional enough to kill somebody that he cares about.
Yep.
That makes not a lick of sense. Even given what you eventually see at the end of this episode, it makes no sense still. Don't make no sense. Y'all pushed him to go over there and fuck with them Serbians.
Mm-hmm.
Watch your back. That's the last thing you said to me. Bet.
So Tommy asked Diamond for some soldiers, and it didn't work, unfortunately. So then he goes to see Mirka.
He knew that shit wasn't going to work.
You know?
No. No.
Oh,
absolutely shit. Not. I feel him.
Yeah.
I feel him. Hey, man, I hope you're making out. See you on the other side, bro.
Agreed. Mirkovic and Tommy come up with a deal where Tommy provides info on who wants to kill him, and Tommy gets a Serbian army.
Which is fair. Which is also something that I think I called out, only in reverse. Did I say Tommy was going to go to Flynn to try to fight the Serbs? Or did I say Tommy was going to go to the Serbs to try to fight the Flynns?
I can't remember.
I called it one way or the other, and I knew it.
Which would make sense either way, though.
Don DeMarco, Prediction King. Get my drop together.
Yikes. Tommy also sweetened the deal and capped Homeboy, who killed Glow right in a restaurant, which was fire. I thought it was fire.
But why didn't you ask him who put him up to it, though? Like, I get it. He put it together real quick that, like, he was dude's brother that he killed when old girl came to see him.
Yeah.
Why didn't you ask him whether or not he was working alone, Tommy? Why wouldn't you ask him why? Like, yeah, obviously the niggas got to die, but why didn't you ask him why? He is a worker, a peon. He had a crew, 2 cars. That's a lot of money to split up between all them niggas. He ain't got that. Who gave it to him, Tommy? Walter. Walter found him a lowly Serbian, low on the chain, low enough to get shot in the restaurant because Tommy say so, and said, hey, look, here's a $250,000. Hire a team. Shoot Gloria. Make sure my son lives. Kill Gloria. Here's his route. They caught him exactly where they needed him to be. His vehicle, his route, in the perfect spot for them to do what they got to do and get the fuck away. They had his schedule. They had his information.
Well, they had his schedule. He was leaving Illinois. He was leaving the state.
They knew where he was coming from. They knew that he was at his house. So at very least, they were tailing him.
Sure.
How'd they get to him?
It's definitely possible. For sure.
I think Walter found him a lowly Serbian and was like, look, Quarter M. You'll probably need 8 guys, 2 cars. Jam them up. Kill Gloria. Leave my son alive. Get the fuck up through.
Definitely possible.
Now, when it comes back, he gets to say, well, I did just go kill those Serbians the other day, so that's probably why they're coming back. It's probably why they're hitting us again. Now, the prospect of me losing my children gives me the emotional capital to pull them in and say, hey, I need you now.
For sure.
And now I get to play that card with Claudia that I've never played, ever, but I can play it now, and she's going to come running. Come and help me lead. Come to the war room.
And I don't have to deal with this black girl.
Exactly. And now, me and Vic, that thing that was in between us, and now magically, I can give him the reins. I can let him lead all of a sudden. Now that his black girlfriend got... All of a sudden, I'm so apt to let him run the organization. Ain't that fucking convenient?
Extremely convenient, especially since you're dying of COVID supreme.
Oh, but he's not dying now. Remember, we need a big bad for next season, so he's not dying anymore. But anyways, yeah, no, I absolutely think it's Walter. All of this is falling into place too easy for him. It's too clean, too convenient. He gets everything that he wants. Everything. Yep. Now, none of their concerns that they had around none of this, all that shit you were smelling earlier in the episode, all of a sudden everything smells like roses. Everything's fine.
Yep.
How does that change the fact that this is not how Tommy moves? How does that change the fact that Tommy had no motivation to light this fuse? Especially with the Serbians.
Mm-hmm.
He was gearing up to defend himself with the Serbians. Claudia, you know that better than anyone.
Yep.
But I guess, no room for logic where feelings are involved.
Very true. D-Mac and his homeboy pull up on Gibbs and says that since Lil Bro doesn't actually have a plug, that he should work with them since apparently D-Mac is stealing product.
Jannard's a fucking bozo. That's why he handed you a fucking vial and left.
And didn't have no connect or plug to it whatsoever.
He said, man, you let a nigga pull up in a Porsche and talk you out your fucking drawers, and that nigga gave you a fucking pill bottle.
Yeah. Yep. Which is facts.
Nigga, I got a fucking brick in my Jam Sport, fam. He came with a vial.
Oh, shit.
Yo, yeah. Hey, come fuck with us, bro. We got you.
Which is crazy that he demands D-Mac and homeboy to bring 4 more keys in a meeting with the Connect. But he didn't demand that.
He said or. I thought he said or. He said, give me 4 bricks or a meeting with the Connect. Maybe I'm off.
Then, no, something happened later that I was like, oh, he wants both. I thought he said or too.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Jannard ended up saying, like, them niggas said that they was going or they promised to meet him with the Connect.
Yeah. But either way, crazy that he demands D-Mac and them, who have a key of it, but he didn't demand that of Lil Bro.
I guess he's just a poor cross-eyed nigga from Gary. I guess he doesn't think. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's just crazy that
funny as hell with these characters, boy.
He demanded it, but I wasn't sure who he was demanding that to because he was kind of looking both ways. So I was just like, I don't know.
I mean, I guess I can understand from the standpoint, like, man, I ain't never even seen no shit like this. Yeah. So like, I guess at first sight, but then his wheels start turning when Homeboy show back up. I thought it was crazy as hell that he was about to shoot his family, like, just off GP. Like, no, y'all trying to set me up.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Yep.
Like, man, wait, what?
Yep. For a nigga who just gave you a vial.
Yeah, I'm confused. Yeah.
I actually thought he was going to rob them of the key. That's what I thought was going to happen.
That was feeling pretty likely as well. But then again, if his wheels is turning the way that I thought they were, in the moment, he like, hey, man, y'all right. Because Homeboy came out here with a lot of promises and not a lot of drug.
Yeah.
And y'all already off to a better start. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
If his wheels was turning the way I thought it was, he probably was like, I mean, I could take this off these little niggas, but then I'm going to be in the same place I was just at.
Yep.
So.
Claude sees Tommy talking with Mirkovich, and then she goes to Walter and Vic to confirm it. Shocked by this fact because he was lying, Walter goes, well, what did I tell you? I just thought that was crazy.
That was so clutch for him.
You could see in his eyes. He was like,
oh,
yes. What? He was like, what?
He was like, yes. That shit happened. So now if that's what you was talking about in terms of luck, okay, yes, that was lucky.
Yeah,
that was lucky as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Because first of all, Claude, you don't know how, bro. Your FaceTime not working, bro. You can't send me no text. You just gonna pull up on me, bro. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Why are you crazy stalking me? Why are you crazy stalking me? What is going on here? Why are you pulling up and not being seen? That shit is weird.
Very weird.
Chill out. But again, man, like that alone by itself out of context could not make me backtrack on every bit of logic I just put up.
Yeah.
It still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you got
if he was working with the Serbs the entire time, he would have killed Vic himself and had him hit Walter.
Yep.
If I was plotting with the Serbs the entire time, it would have been easy enough to kill your little brother whenever I wanted to. And then sent the hitters towards your father or you and kept Gloria safe.
Thank you.
Because I didn't want her dead. And you know I didn't want her dead. And this bullshit y'all talking about, oh, he never respected you. And he once he realized that the Gloria was going with you, he had to get you out of the way. Ain't nobody tricking that hard, boy. It ain't that serious, fam.
Yeah.
Literally had to sit down with you because he didn't want to catch a bullet in the back. Remember that? So I guess he left that conversation and said, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to murder him and risk Gloria's life in the process because I want Gloria. Make this make sense.
It doesn't. You can't.
Better scenario. I literally just told Tommy to watch his fucking back.
And so he went.
To the next biggest organization in the city to protect himself.
And if you were following him long enough, you would see that he also asked CBI for an army.
Yeah, man.
But of course she wasn't.
Right. Of course, right. You didn't see him pull up on Diamond at the restaurant, but you for sure seen him talking to Milkovich, right? This shit was so convenient. That shit was so convenient.
When D-Mac pulled a gun out on Tommy and Tommy called his bluff, why did he run out the room like Napoleon Dynamite?
I was like, boy, and I know where you going because apparently you don't have a fucking house.
Yeah.
Like I already know where you going.
Also, fucking really, fam? I ain't calling you Uncle Tommy. Uncle Tommy. I was like, really? Really? That's all it took?
Man, first of all, okay, we on the block, right? We just walked up from the little cellar off the block, like on the street, on the sidewalk. Mm-hmm. I'm walking onto the street. Boom, I turn right. It's a car. Door open, windows down. Niggas about to air shit out. I'm going to push you this way into the street?
Yeah.
How about, hey, get back. Hey, we both going to go down here.
Yeah.
How about anything other than push him in the middle of the damn street and stand there and return fire?
That was a little dumb.
It was the complete wrong direction, fam. How about throw him in between the cars that y'all just walked out from in between?
Right.
How about that?
Right.
How about anything other than here, right in front of the fucking bullets?
Or just get down under one of these cars that are parked.
Jesus, it was no reason for that boy to get shot. And then, dog. Make sure he gonna be okay. Well, no, because then if he would have passed, JP would have never had a chance to see him.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel like that was the right time. I didn't feel like that was the right time at all. That shit seemed shady as hell, especially since you just spazzed on me for calling my mom.
Yeah. Yep.
I know it's your mom, and I know that fucks you up, but it's my mom.
Mm-hmm.
It's my mom.
Yeah. Probably the worst time to tell him.
Yeah, that was a terrible time to tell him. I feel like both of them spazzed unnecessarily. Like it didn't really need to be all of that with JP. It didn't really need to be all that with Tommy. But it was just the timing in which it came. Yeah. It was just not very opportune.
Agreed. The Flynn's thinking that the Four Horsemen are about to kill Tommy is absolutely comical because that's not how power works. It's just not.
You're about to waste a whole bunch of money for nothing. Probably catch a bullet. Yep.
Yep.
Because I know Tommy gonna make it out this season. The rest of y'all,
it's looking rough.
I was about to say, your guess is as good as mine.
Especially if they're just gonna replace you with another.
I hope
Mecca.
all that fake tough shit is good enough. And that really surprised me out of Vic because he just hasn't shown that all season. I really thought that he would have resisted this out of his dad.
He started to.
And then
he drank the Kool-Aid.
Sure did, quick too.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he started talking that I need you to take over shit, it was like, all right, well.
But he has to, so we can set up this grand season finale.
We need to go back and see which one I call. If it deals this one, your boy, cool motherfucker.
Yeah, but what about that Bel Air prediction?
Yeah, that's on them, fam. That's on them.
Any other thoughts on Power episode 9?
Not a lot. This was a solid episode. Everybody's gearing up, so we'll obviously in episode 10 have a big shebang. Mm-hmm. I do want to see if Walter wasn't involved in this. Somebody needs to see that he at least manipulated the situation and took advantage.
Yes, because
it's not enough to just say, oh, well, it doesn't even matter now whether or not Tommy tried to kill Vic or not. He's on their side, and so we still have to fight. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear anybody say that. Not a single person, because the impetus for you hiring elite level killers from another country is Tommy, not the fucking Serbs. Tommy. So I don't want to hear any of that. Oh, it doesn't even matter now. I don't want to hear y'all say that. Y'all made it a point to put Tommy opposite of the Flynn's. Mm-hmm. Make it mean something, or else this is going to be bullshit.
It would only make sense that Claude would be the one to figure out that he was lying the entire time. Now, Vic could also learn it too.
I mean,
but Claude definitely has to, so Vic, that they can flourish in their business.
I gave you. Why the fuck would I give you my car?
Yeah.
If I'd have gave you a fucking Dodge Neon, a 2004 Dodge Neon, something that you can sneak out of the city with, I could have probably bought that for 2 stacks on my way over here. Hey, why would I give you my car? The car that you've seen me do crime in. Why? Why would I do that? Stop letting emotion cloud you, boy. Start thinking. Get off that bottle.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But anyways, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Give us your thoughts on episode 9 of Power. What was the name?
Power Book 4 Force?
No, what was the name of the episode?
Oh, Trust.
Trust. Give us your thoughts in the comments below.
And make sure you subscribe like he said before. And make sure you check out our Power playlist where we go over all the Power shows. Power Book 2 Ghost. Power Book 3 Raising Kanan. And Power Book 4 Force.